Matt Levi Investigates is brought to you by the Hawaii Regional Council of Carpenters, Hawaii's Carpenters Union, HGEA, working for Hawaii, Hawaii Pacific Health, Kapi'olani, Palimomi, Straub, and Wilcox, where we're creating a healthier Hawaii, Hawaiian Electric, serving Hawaii for 125 years, and First Hawaiian Bank. It all starts with yes.
The United States, what does it represent to you?
Opportunities. I think America represents the freedom and the opportunities.
The only way you succeed is to change your attitude toward work. And imagine that if others can do it, you can do it too.
It's great. It's America. It's a freedom, land of opportunity. You can do anything and be anything. It's just up to you to do it, to pursue it.
Everyone who was an immigrant left a circumstance hoping that the new one in America would be better. And we want to capitalize on that hope because hope drives change. And without the hard work and without the hope of the immigrants, our economy would not be as robust as it is today. Realistically, most people in Hawaii and most people in America are descended from immigrants within 2 or 3 generations.
The issue of immigration and the controversy surrounding it on the mainland made us think about Hawaii's recent immigrants and what they went through to get here, the determination and resiliency they needed to succeed with the obstacles of language, culture, and money. As a Honolulu private detective, I'm constantly reminded of the role immigrants play in shaping and strengthening our culture. The immigrant experience is something I know well. Years ago, my own parents fled Europe for America, one step ahead of the Nazi Holocaust and the deaths of many of their family members. They settled in the islands, falling in love with Hawaii and its people, and like other immigrants, always carried within them a gratitude for the United States, its freedoms, and its gift of opportunity. The code of the immigrant has not changed. The courage to begin again and not look back. To know that if conditions in the new land are tough, you must be tougher. Tonight, we have 3 stories of immigrants and their families who started new lives with little or nothing, but through hard work and discipline are shining examples of success.
The first time we were on an airplane is coming to America. Half of my families are afraid. They've never been on an airplane before. I'm afraid myself too. What is it like? We don't know what it's like. And now here I am, and I'm flying and responsible for 294 passenger plus the crew. It's amazing. Make me reflect back in life. And
Hiolo's family are Thai Dam people from Laos. After much of Southeast Asia was colonized by the French, many people became French soldiers or government employees. Hia's father, a farmer, was one of them. As the North Vietnamese gained strength and territory, Hia's family and those like them became targets of the communists.
Mom, Dad did explain that when the communists, if we don't leave, they come because it happened to other family. The boys, they would take them to a camp. They make you to join them to be a soldier, a communist soldier. If you don't want, they kill you. The woman, they send you to a different camp. You be their slave and they rape you. My dad, they're probably gonna execute him because he was with the French military, fought against them.
Fearing for their lives, the family of 12 decided to leave their home forever and slipped away under the cover of darkness, one at a time, leaving everything behind. They rendezvoused in the jungle and began the long journey to America and safety, in the hope of joining Hia's brother. The family kept moving quietly through the countryside, jumping on sugarcane trucks and even hiding in a mass graveyard because they knew the communists, afraid of ghosts, would not look for them there. Their goal was the Mekong River, where smugglers would ferry them across to Thailand for a price. The smugglers later demanded and took all the family's money, gold, and jewelry.
Because they patrol up and down the river with a flashlight. So as soon as they walk past, like far away, and you could see their flashlight. And that's when we make the run, go, jump on the canoe.
What happened to the people who didn't make it out?
Some would be shot at the crossing river, or depends, or they caught you at the rice field, they shoot you because they know you're escaping. Yeah, they don't want you to escape because they're bad people, they're communists. You know? So once you make through that half of the river, you're safe, you protect, because they can't shoot at you anymore. That was a great feeling.
After more than a year in a crowded Thai refugee camp, the Low family and 1,500 other Thai Dam refugees were sponsored by the state of Iowa and brought to the U.S. They were reunited with their son in Des Moines and began farming. But not for long. Speaking no English and only able to earn money in the summers, Hia's father decided to relocate to a place where farming year-round was possible. With a cousin already living in Hawaii, the Lows packed up and moved to the islands. For several months, the family of 12 was crammed into a small apartment until they were granted public housing in Palolo Valley.
When living in a housing is very unique in a way. I mean, we were poor, we don't have much, but there's different race and nationality in there. There's Laos, Vietnamese, Samoans, all different race. There's time we fight and there's time we all together.
The family was able to lease land and begin farming, but that left no time for Hia to play sports or other activities.
Go to school, right after school, we're straight to the farm, help out. Until night, sometime even till midnight, come back home, ready to go to school the next day, over and over, 7 days a week. Because I know I won't always want to be somebody, get a good job. That's my dream, my goal. Because when Dad brought us to the U.S., he said, I brought you guys to the freedom, land of opportunity, it's all yours. And every time he always scold us, we never go through all this for nothing. So that's always stuck in my mind. As a little kid, I always dreamed to want to be a pilot.
With the help of a counselor at Kaimuki High School, Hia learned about the Explorer program at Aloha Airlines, designed to expose teenagers to different careers in the airline industry. He learned there was a non-military path to becoming a pilot and approached his family about the opportunity to take flight lessons. A family meeting was called, and together they pledged to work hard, save money, and help Hia reach his goal. For the next 7 years, juggling farm work, college classes, and flight lessons, Hia eventually earned enough hours to get hired as a pilot, first flying early morning mail runs, then sightseeing tours, and eventually inter-island passenger flights. He married Gail and started his own family. Finally, in 1999, Hia's dream was realized. He was hired by Hawaiian Airlines and earned the rank of captain. Hia Low took advantage of every opportunity afforded him. He squandered nothing and has taken nothing for granted.
What is it that made you succeed, that pulled you through?
I just picture the life that I would have had back home. That's what makes me strive and go hard and push myself, and I gotta do it, I gotta make it, and don't give up.
Whatever your own goals are in life, for you or your family, Get to work, stick with it, and make it happen.
I've always been excited about building.
It's a challenge, but I love challenges.
You got to be willing to work hard.
We expect the workers out there to produce.
Coming to work every day.
It's hard work, so you have to be responsible and
be on time.
Be on time.
And be very reliable.
Come early.
And then show up with a good attitude.
Having pride in yourself, in the work you do.
I don't mind pounding nails.
We all want to get the same job done.
As long as you pull your weight and be safe about it.
A lot of dedication and hard work.
I'm able to provide for my family. I was able to buy my first home, which is awesome.
I feel I have a brighter future.
A better lifestyle for me and my family.
I can see myself going somewhere.
If you like what you do, I don't consider it hard work at all.
Better lives and better futures. Build a better Hawaii for all of us. A message from the Hawaii Regional Council of Carpenters, Hawaii's Carpenters Union. If you enjoy having a 40-hour work week, give a union a shaka. If you value safer working conditions, family medical coverage, and paid sick leave, give a union a shaka. If you appreciate retirement benefits and better pay, let's see that shaka. Because it took 80 years of middle-class workers standing together to earn the many job benefits we all enjoy today. What can your union do for you? Why don't you ask them? A message brought to you by HGEA.
When electricity first lit up our neighborhoods, Hawaiian Electric was there. In the face of difficult challenges, or when problems hit close to home, we are there. And leading the way to a 100% clean energy future, the Hawaiian Electric companies will be there.
I think that's a very common story of immigrants, that when you have no choice, you have to do things quickly. You don't have the luxury of complaining, you don't have the luxury of quitting, and you don't have the luxury of relying on somebody else. So you simply tuck all those things away in your psyche and you just get the job done.
That is exactly what Hia Lo did. He got the job done. Dr. David Roth is both a developmental pediatrician and psychiatrist for adults and children. When he looks at how and why an immigrant like Hia Lo succeeds, he points out that it's not about having stuff, it's about having opportunity.
This is a great example of what kind of resiliency comes from your socioeconomic surroundings, your family, your friends, and your community that made it possible for him to achieve a dream.
Just as Hia Lo reached his goal, so too did Lito Alcantara, although his path was more roller coaster than jet plane. Lito rose from poverty to build a successful company, twice. Today he sits at the helm of his company, Group Builders, one of Hawaii's biggest contractors, with $125 million in sales annually and 450 employees. But things weren't always so comfortable for Lito in his native Philippines.
I came from a very poor family, from a farmer, with my father with no formal education and my mother same thing. So basically our livelihood is farming. I'm poor. And my slippers is red, the other one is blue, because I cannot afford to get matching slippers. So I use the reject for every other people. I'm very poor, very, very poor.
His father knew that two things could help his children escape poverty: education and discipline.
They don't allow us to go out and play around with other kids. Number two, very strict in schools. And that was their goal, that although how poor they are, they want us to be sure that we finish college when we grow up. So they mold us into that.
Lito and his siblings did finish college. He became a civil engineer while his family began its journey, leaving the only home they knew for a life overseas. Everything changed for the young engineer when President Ferdinand Marcos declared martial law in the early 1970s. Lito saw the writing on the wall for a company that dealt primarily with the government. He knew it was his time to leave. Hawaii seemed to be the best fit for the young engineer. He accepted the move backward to square one.
that you got to put in your head that if other can do it, why cannot? That's my attitude that I put in my mind. If the other ethnic group here can do it, why cannot I not do it if I try it very hard? But again, the ingredients there is hard work.
Lito's first job in Hawaii, janitor at a construction company.
Well, the reason why I went into the job, I know I have the capacity, I know I can do better. But my point is, if I don't put my foot in the door, I'll never come into the door. I did not expect to stay there forever. I always strive to improve myself, to go up.
Night after night, alone in the office after everyone else had gone home, Lito the janitor would study architectural plans, preparing himself for his opportunity. Finally, a chief estimator position opened up.
And I apply. And in fact, everybody's mocking at me, they're laughing at me because how can you estimate you're a janitor? That's the time I submitted my credential as a civil engineer.
Lito would have the last laugh. He quickly rose through the ranks of the company until his mentor, Charles Cook, encouraged him to start his own company and offered him a sizable cash gift to fund the startup. Lito showed his gratitude to Cook for the hand up and brought him into the company as Chief Executive Officer, a title Cook still holds at age 103. Success has not changed Lito.
I never forget where I come from. And I always convince people, don't forget where you come from. Not because you are high up, you forget, no. You got to go back to where you came from. This is the first house I ever had. And I start living here in 1979.
And now you own this house?
I own this house already.
Were you proud when you bought it?
Oh yes, I'm very proud when I bought it because at least I call it my own.
When electricity first lit up our neighborhoods, Hawaiian Electric was there. In the face of difficult challenges, or when problems hit close to home, we are there. And leading the way to a 100% clean energy future, the Hawaiian Electric companies will be there.
Whatever your own goals are in life, for you or your family, get to work, stick with it, and make it happen.
I've always been excited about building.
It's a challenge, but I love challenges.
You got to be willing to work hard.
We expect the workers out there to produce.
Coming to work every day.
It's hard work, so you have to be responsible and
be on time.
Be on time.
And be very reliable.
Come early.
And then show up with a good attitude.
Having pride in yourself, in the work you do.
I don't mind pounding nails.
We all want to get the same job done.
As long as you pull your weight and be safe about it.
A lot of dedication and hard work.
I'm able to provide for my family. I was able to buy my first home, which is awesome.
I feel I have a brighter future.
A better lifestyle for me and my family.
I can see myself going somewhere.
If you like what you do, I don't consider it hard work at all.
Better lives and better futures. Build a better Hawaii for all of us. A message from the Hawaii Regional Council of Carpenters, Hawaii's Carpenters Union. If you enjoy having a 40-hour work week, give a union a shaka. If you value safer working conditions, family medical coverage, and paid sick leave, give a union a shaka. If you appreciate retirement benefits and better pay, let's see that shaka. Because it took 80 years of middle-class workers standing together to earn the many job benefits we all enjoy today. What can your union do for you? Why don't you ask them? A message brought to you by HGEA.
This scene of everyday life could be happening in almost any home across Hawaii. But if not for the determination and sacrifice of her parents, Ton Tron would be living a very different life in Vietnam.
I don't think we would be able to finish school. I think that we would have started working and probably working very low wage type of jobs if we didn't get to come here.
Dạ, thầy có chọn chứ.
As a young man, Gia Tron was drafted into the South Vietnamese Army. His wife Hoa was a school teacher. They had 3 girls and lived a relatively comfortable life until the war ended. The North Vietnamese took control of the country. Hoa lost her job, and Gia was sent to a communist prison camp for former South Vietnamese soldiers. When Gia was released from the camp, he knew he had to get his family out of the newly communist country to safety.
We know that freedom in United States, so we try get here for the future, for my family, children future.
After more than a decade and 2 failed attempts to leave Vietnam, the Trons were finally able to find a legal path to America through the UN's Orderly Departure Program, but it would not be easy. The Trons and 100 other families were sent to a Thai refugee camp for 2 weeks, living on small servings of rice and soup each day. 10-year-old Ton remained optimistic.
We knew if we kept our health well, and we knew that we obey whatever they asked us to do, that we're going to get to go to the next place.
The next place was a refugee processing center in the Philippines, where again they were met with strict food and water rations and crowded conditions. After 6 difficult months, the Trons met all the necessary requirements and finally were headed to the United States. With only 2 suitcases and $40 in his pocket, Gia and his family had reached their destination.
Do you remember your first day in the United States?
Oh yes, yeah, wow, that time I said freedom,
We have a
now you
picture.
say heaven, heaven.
After a brief reunion with Hua's sister in Connecticut, the family settled in a small town in western Massachusetts.
So when you get to the US, you feel like, oh, I've accomplished it. I'm in the land of opportunities. But I think the first couple of months or the first year was the toughest. We didn't speak the language. My parents didn't get a chance to go to school, and they came to a place where they have no idea what's going to happen to their kids. They have no idea what's going to happen to them, and they can't speak the language. And they work any jobs that they could find.
With donations of clothes and household goods from local charities, Ton's parents worked hard to feed and house the family, while the girls struggled to learn English. They would spend up to 5 hours a night doing homework with a dictionary at hand, literally looking up every word. In a small town with very few Asians, it was inevitable they would experience discrimination.
Did the kids treat you well, or did they tease you? Or?
They did. There was some teasing as well, but I think for us, so initially we didn't know that was teasing. We just said, oh, they were just fascinated with us, as if we were fascinated with them. And so by 6th grade, I felt comfortable. I know the language, I can speak, I can understand. And that's when I start to notice that kids are making fun of us. The slanted eyes, or using certain terms for Chinese, because we're of Chinese descent. We did not talk back to them, because they don't know who we are. They don't know what we went through. They don't know what got us here. They don't know where we're gonna go. So they can say whatever they want. We don't care. We just kept on going.
The girls excelled in school, were active in clubs and student government, participating in as many things as they could, except sports. That cost money that the family did not have. No vacations, no summer camps, no new clothes. Always with the mindset that when they were successful, they would take care of their parents.
You're not here without a purpose. And the purpose could be helping your family. The purpose could be helping the next person. The purpose could be helping the entire community. But you're here to do something, so do something.
Ton's hard work and relentless determination paid off. She earned scholarships to Amherst College and then Georgetown University, where she attained a Master of Business Administration degree. She then entered the world of finance with stints in New York City and Boston, before moving to Hawaii and taking a position at Bank of Hawaii, where she is now a senior vice president. And her sisters, An is a doctor on the mainland. Tao is a lawyer in Honolulu. and they have brought their retired parents to the islands to live.
For the three of us, we don't want to have to depend on someone. We don't want to get to the point where we can't have the freedom because we have to depend on someone. So that means that you have to make sure that you yourself is successful by going to school, get the right education, and have the right career.
Each of these people individually chose to make these things happen in their lives. And the reason that they rose to prominence is it intersected with opportunities provided to them or that they discovered on their own. So it has to be a combination of what they bring to it and being able to tie into resources and opportunities around them.
The immigrant experience provides us with both lessons and reminders. Success comes from long hours and sacrifice, not shortcuts.
Hard work is the key. I believe hard work is the key to success. Without that ingredient of life, you'll never go forward.
At some point there may have been doubts, but the ones who make it, they just make it work. They just turn it on, they just do the hard work, and they accomplish the goals in language, and they accomplish the goals in culture, and they accomplish the goals in education, and they do the work that it takes and don't consider failure as an option.
I don't think I ever let failure be part of me. I mean, I fail, that's for sure. I've made mistakes, I fail, but I learned from it. And I think for me, that's just an opportunity.
Didn't want to disappoint mom and dad. So that's what it is, because we came a long way. They helped us escape and come all the way to America. So I didn't want to end up going to being bad, go to jail or get into trouble. So that's what kept me being strong.
While family and other support systems are critical, it is, in the end, our own effort and attitude, for better or worse, which will decide how difficult our journey will be. An immigrant must learn to never give up, to have faith that good will overcome adversity, and that hard work and sacrifice and humility will be rewarded. Thank you for joining us. I'm Matt Levi. Good night.
Matt Levi Investigates is brought to you by the Hawaii Regional Council of Carpenters, Hawaii's Carpenters Union. HGEA, working for Hawaii. Hawaii Pacific Health, Kapi'olani, Palimomi, Straub, and Wilcox, where we're creating a healthier Hawaii. Hawaiian Electric, serving Hawaii for 125 years. And First Hawaiian Bank, it all starts with yes.